All right. Welcome to our meetup. Tom, Ham, and Brian and I started this meetup over a year and a half ago. When we first started, it was only 10 people. Now we had to upgrade to a bigger room. A lot of you guys are coming from afar. San Jose, or Campbell, or I'm sorry, Milpitas. Sam is from Milpitas. Fremont. Whoa. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know. Oh, well. Okay. So, our group has grown much larger. We had like 10 people before, now we're at, 50. So we're really happy. A lot of you guys are returning. Some of you guys are new. Some of you guys met us through other investors. We feel good. That's why we continue to do it every month. So, welcome. Okay, I'm going to give you a little brief introduction about myself. My name is Ken. I've been doing real estate for about 3 years now. I started by attending a seminar where we had to pay 25 grand to get started.
You were rich.
Yeah, I felt rich spending that kind of money. So anyways, they taught me how to build a cash buyer's list. You know, you put up a fake ad on Craigslist telling you have a house for sale. People call you, you tell them, that house, I don't have it anymore. And then I suckered this guy. He called me. And now we're friends from Craigslist. This is Tom.
I haven't bought one house from him since. Stop being his friend.
Don, you want to give your introduction?
Let's introduce Brian real quick, because Brian, we forgot to add Brian's beautiful face. Brian is our new team member, showing him our property. We just adopted him. Welcome to the family, Brian.
Yeah, my name is Brian. I just recently joined the team full-time. About 2 months ago, I was working a full-time job, and I quit. Now I'm going to work full-time football.
Nice. Unemployed. Wow.
Yeah, I'm unemployed right now, so it's great. It's great. Started 2 years ago. Went to my first meetup where I met Ken. From Ken I met Tom, and it changed my life. And since then, I did buy and hold and flipping. And with them, we hope to grow portfolios.
Awesome. Tam, you want to introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Tam, and I was a software developer for 10 years. Last year I met Tom, and I decided to join the team. And we're gonna go tell you why strong moms and whatnot. But this is where I'm at. With the team, do other kind of analysis and go through the whole process. So this meetup actually helped me if you are interested in. Ask us any questions, and we are open to help you.
Awesome. Thank you, Tam. Yeah, so Tam is pretty much our boss in a way, whatever she says we do. Tam's the one that left her high-paying job, kind of like all you guys. You're taking a risk to make more, right? Everyone wants to make more. My background is in real estate. I started in real estate, so I've always been unemployed. I don't know what it's like to have a job. I never had PTO. I never had any of that. And I'm still unemployed to this day, but it's great because we have a very flexible lifestyle. So that's kind of the purpose of this group, to kind of teach people how to break out of that cycle, right? From having a job to taking the risk and making $100,000 on a flip to cover your annual needs. So how did I get started? So I started real estate in Sacramento. I actually learned how to flip houses from these two moms. They taught me everything I knew, how to buy it, how to look for it, how to run numbers. And they were so nice because they actually included me in the deal. I didn't do anything. I didn't manage the repairs. I didn't raise money. But they wanted me to learn. So that's why we're kind of recycling that knowledge and sharing that knowledge again. We want you to learn. We know it's hard to start from nowhere, right? So this is going to be that starting point to get you to where you want to go. We're not going to charge you $25,000. I should have charged Ken. He would have paid me instead of paying the other companies. But now he's broke, so I can't get anything out of him.
I have a lot of credit cards. I got spending power.
That's right, but we all work together and we all want to work with you. You don't have to quit your job to work with us. We're open to anyone. So we work well as a team. We're very easygoing. and we eat a lot and drink a lot. That's what we do all day. So I'm gonna go to the next slide. So we talked a little bit about the goal of this mastermind, right? To encourage you to learn, keep on learning. Keep on learning. And if you want to pay us, feel free to pay us. We don't mind too. So we'll show you the exact steps, what we do. Want to keep on going again?
Yeah, so
Okay.
real quick, so the point of this mastermind was to help us meet more investors like yourselves. The way, in order to succeed in this industry, it's all about networking. And we made a lot of friends through the years. We've made a lot of deals through people like yourselves. So we found that this is very successful, so we've kept it going. So if you guys ever need anything, we encourage you guys to reach out to us. During this meetup today, if you guys have any questions, we want it to be interactive. This is not a classroom. I'm not a teacher. Okay, so, oh yeah, Tom says he'll fine you $100 if you don't ask questions.
Yes.
So we do have a collector outside.
Okay, so who has Instagram?
No one,
has
right?
Instagram, no one has Instagram? Young
I have
people,
MySpace.
old people, MySpace.
Okay. Does it have a song?
Not yet.
All right, so add us on Instagram. You'll see our projects. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you do the big favor, just follow us on Instagram. Like everything, even if you don't like it. Just like everything. Like every single picture, comment. I don't see anyone pulling out their cell phones. Can you pull out your cell phone real
We
quick?
allow that here.
Please do. Please like it. And if you do like it, we'll give you a handout later on how to work with real estate agents. This is made by us, our top secret information right here. There's only about 10. So if you like it, you can get one.
There's 6 pages of info.
That's right.
Sleeping material.
It took us years and years to make this booklet just for you guys.
We also have a Facebook. If you guys don't have Instagram, looks like there's a lot of people having trouble here.
Actually, yeah, whoever does have Instagram, jump on Facebook. Good point. So we can actually see who liked it right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be notified on my phone.
So I'm gonna check
You're
real
already on
quick.
my Instagram.
You can like it. You can unlike it. You
Recheck?
can like it again.
We did.
You've been on my Instagram since like a month ago.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. You get one by default. Okay, too much. Who's that? Too much. Too much like this.
Too
No, wait.
much.
That's my personal. Never mind.
Too much what?
Sean, thank you, Sean. Michelle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. Who's Michelle?
That one.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I'm bad with names. Thank you, Michelle.
Michelle?
Julian.
Who's Julian?
Julian, you got another one.
Julia.
Thank you for liking everything.
I know, right?
Okay.
Did you get mine?
Yeah, I think so. Let's see. Okay. CC Rez. Charlie. There you go.
Just give me a stack, please.
Yeah, you're.
Okay, we'll do this stack. Thank you. We got 6 likes tonight. Let's say.
Chris. Oh, right.
Thank you. That's actually a record. That's the most likes we got one night. Thank you guys
We
for
gotta get
beating
more
the
people
record.
to do that.
We have 2 extra seats here too if you want to jump up here. If you don't want to stand anymore. These are VIP seats just for you. I warmed it up for you too.
We have another Facebook link for you to like now.
Yeah.
Don't put your phone away.
No, that's our group. That's our group.
That's our
If
group.
you want to join our conversation, you can join our group. If you want to see how we analyze deals live, just look on YouTube. You can look on YouTube. We're looking at houses every single day. So I'll show you a little bit more about that later.
Let me get one more.
Let's see.
We got no more.
You have no more?
Okay, that's it. Sorry, you gotta come back next month. Okay, so we're always checking out properties, and if you go to videos, you can see how we analyze deals. So right here, how to print a list of active agents, how to analyze a deal in stone form.
This is Mom's secret recipes. It's right here.
Today we are going to analyze
If you like hearing my voice, you can listen to it every single night. I hear it.
Ken has a better one.
Ken has better
Oh,
voice.
thank you. What about my face though?
I'm heartbroken. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go home. Everyone go home. Okay, Ken does do recordings too, so if you like his
Oh
voice
no, you're
more,
encouraging him. I don't want to work.
I'll start doing it too. You guys like my voice.
from now on, I'm gonna stop recording. So we analyze deals everywhere: San Francisco, Sacramento, Bay Area. And we also record our clip meetup. So if you forget what we talked about, or just want to hear it over and over, you can watch all that on our YouTube channel. So that's that.
The videos are in 4K. Thanks to Raul.
Yeah, 4K.
Get a team.
Best videographer right here. Who wants to hire them for the wedding? Anyone getting married soon? No?
Good.
Get divorced and get remarried? Yeah. Contact them. So this is our agenda for today. 7 p.m. We've got to introduce our group, right? Next, we're gonna try to get to know you all because we want to make sure we can help you and get to where you want to go. So we can go around the group real quick and just introduce your name, what's your background, what would you like to learn from this? Are you a wholesaler? Are you agents? What would you like to get out of this meetup tonight? If you just want food, just admit it. It's fine. I won't be offended, but just tell whatever it is. So 30 to 60 seconds. We'll make it as quick as possible. So let's go first, left or right.
Kevin Coy, Intero, first time
Okay.
here.
Awesome. Are you flipper, agent?
Yeah, I do both.
Everything.
What about
Nice.
the offers I do both?
What else do you don't do?
I'm not drinking. No, just
You're not
kidding.
doing it? Okay, next.
Hi, my name is Sean Pan. I flip houses here in the Bay Area, and I'm trying to transition into commercial multifamily. So if you have experience with syndications, please let me know. I want to talk to you. Thanks.
Nice.
My name is JR. It's first time being at a meetup. My main goal is just to be able to network out and understand the whole real estate industry.
Awesome.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Andres Amaya. I'm new to this, but I'm a wholesaler. So if you need any type of properties, just let me know which ones you're looking for so I can find them and get them to you guys.
Hello everyone, my name is Ruda. I'm new to real estate. I'm an investor and looking for wholesalers, realtors, and basically anything in single family, commercial, or even multifamily.
I'm a private money lender. My name is Wayne.
Phone number, Blaine. You said it too loudly. Is that a credit card?
Oh, you're gonna be passing
Free money.
Maybe just
We're gonna have to make a line.
Dwayne, you stole the show.
Yeah, you did.
My name is Joyce. I'm a blogger and also an investor. I'm just getting into the flipping business and trying to learn something new here.
Joseph Garcia with Fortune Builders. I think we are a group right here. As you know, we flip homes, look for deals, so wholesalers, also hard money lenders if you're around here, or private money, which is Dwayne. And looking anywhere from Bay Area, interested in what you guys have to offer. So Contra Costa area, so we're from that.
All right.
Hi, my name is Lucy Jordan. I'm both an agent and a wholesaler for multifamily as well as single family home.
Hi, I'm Sandy Work. I'm a realtor, wholesaler, and an investor. And I don't necessarily just invest in San Jose market. I work a whole lot on the East Coast and the Midwest, like St. Louis, Tampa, Florida, Georgia, Detroit, anywhere. So if you're looking for especially multifamily units out there, like 100 units, from 4 places all the way up more. So let me know. Yes.
Hi, my name's Sunny. I'm also with Joe and the rest of our Fortune Builder gang over here. I've been doing this for about a month now. I have property over in the East Coast, so I'm looking at still building on that with the Virginia area, but also here in the San Jose area as well. So looking for single family, multi-family, wholesales, flips, just kind of dabbling a little bit. looking for those private and hard money lenders as well. So it's nice to meet all of you.
I'm Joanne Watkins. I'm also a fortune builder. I'm trying to get started. I would like to get my first flip or wholesale. I'm looking to get started. And I'm happy to meet you all, and I hope maybe we can JV on something.
Ann Kenny, I think I'm the last of the fortune builders in this room. And I'm a rehabber exclusively, so I am always looking for properties if anybody happens to know of any. We are predominantly single family. We cover South Bay, East Bay, Contra Costa. We go into the inland areas like Modesto, Tracy, and we'll cover any of those areas. So we've got some experience, and we are really anxious for properties because we just sold our last one. And it doesn't feel good not to have anything to pay for.
You're unemployed.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Thuy. I'm a scientist. I come as a learner and I'm looking for knowledge.
My name is Anthony. I'm an investor. I'm looking for properties in San Francisco. I'm interested in what Sean just talked about syndication. And I'm also looking for any contractors that are familiar with San Francisco.
I'm Tina and I'm just here to learn.
My name is Amar, and I've done some fix and flips in the past. I'm fairly new to the area, so just trying to understand the market out here.
My name is Brad. I have absolutely no experience in any of this stuff, so I have no idea what category I belong to or want to belong to for that matter. My friend Sean in the first row right here, raise your hand, Sean, he invited me. And this is what I do for a living. I work in tech sales for a startup. Nobody knows who we are, so I'm generating leads probably 50% of the time. I'm interested to hear what you have to say about this, and also interested to get my feet wet in all this housing and investing stuff. Thank you.
I'm Don Ketterall. I'm an investor in the area. I'm always looking for agents, looking for off-market leads, for fixers, private money lenders, always wanting to network with others as well, other JV opportunities. So nice to see everyone. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. My name is Sam Fong. I'm a residential property investor. I also work in private equity. We manage lots of commercial real estate. So happy to meet everyone.
My name's Michelle. I'm here for fun and a good learning experience. Funnest thing I could find to do on a Tuesday night. I'm enjoying myself. I am a salesperson, so I can definitely relate, and I'm having fun so far.
My name is Jose Adame. I'm a real estate broker, wholesaler, and flipper. We mostly flip properties and also wholesale. We haven't done a deal yet. I think once that yet, but pretty soon. But that's pretty much that's what I do. I mean, I used to be more cost services oriented at one point, but I pretty much right now my main focus is mostly just investing, mostly probably about 90%. I still have some clients, but I do mostly just the investment part of it.
Okay. Hello, my name is Julian Kim. Primarily I'm wholesaling and rehabbing. Right now we have a multi-unit available in San Francisco, 30+ unit. We don't really know what to do with it. If anybody who has knowledge or money, anyone have money? Help, thank you.
How much is that unit? 30+?
It's 32 units, almost 7 million.
7 million sounds cheap.
Oh, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds ghetto.
Well, according to cops, it is on the cheaper side, but not.
Yeah. Okay, very nice.
What neighborhood?
Tenderloin?
Tenderloin.
I know, right?
Hi everyone, my name is Nolan. I'm a real estate agent, and also I have a construction company with my partner. Combined experience is 30 years
And I'm also a general contractor myself too. I started like the first project I did is like a flipping project and like an interior design project for an investor. It's so talented. We need to like spend some small little budget, you know what I mean, right? But to make it so impressive, look high end. So that's how I start. So I was an interior designer before. Then I doing since 2012, and then I finished and got my real estate license, and I got my contractor license as well.
Wow.
Pretty good.
And designer.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm Chris. I'm a real estate investor. Been doing it about a year now. We have a couple of projects going right now. I also have a cultured marble company. We manufacture and install cultured marble products. I don't know. I love coming to these meetups. I always learn something new every time we come. I think it's awesome. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'm Ratna. I'm an investor here to learn more.
All right.
I'm Lori. I'm a wholesaler, investor. I'm here to try to understand the information that I have whirling around in my head and put all the pieces together. And became a Barbara.
I'm Barbara Seacrest. I'm a wholesaler, and I work down in Santa Cruz, Monterey, Las Gatas, and always looking for deals.
Hello everyone, I'm Tom Fuerte. I try to help people with their real estate issues. Right now I am working with somebody on a wholesale deal, and we're looking for possibly a joint venture person. Somebody is already interested. It's 2.5 blocks from the boardwalk. It's a multifamily, about 3,600 square feet in total. And I'm also an investor, and I'm working on a rehab project that's going to be a joint venture with somebody in Stockton. So if interested in anything that I had to say. Oh, also looking for contractors, if anybody knows contractors in the Central Valley. Central Valley. Central Valley.
Which part of the Central Valley?
Well, we're doing the Stockton project, and we're probably going to do follow-ons.
Okay.
So, yeah, come and see me. My phone number is 408-799-1979. And I also wanted to give a personal thanks to Tom on the rehab in Stockton. The lender that we chose was the one that Tom recommended, which is Ironbridge Lending. So thank you, Tom.
Awesome. So we got some equity then, right?
You betcha.
Just 1% equity.
A really good bottle of Cabernet.
That works. That works.
Hi, my name is Charlie. I'm pretty new at this. I've been, just going out, doing knocking and cold calling here and there for a couple months now. No results yet, but just try to keep at it.
Keep at it.
When it rains, will pour, right? So yeah, and I'm also, with these meetups, I'm also looking, for like a mentor, someone, in exchange for like some knowledge, I can, help you guys run errands and anything, you guys need. So yeah.
Talk after.
Hi everybody, my name is Evelyn. I work at a blockchain startup in Palo Alto. Our focus is commercial real estate, and we are looking for commercial real estate investors who would like to list their properties. So we really need to talk. On the side for this flipping project, I do represent a few investors who are looking to invest. I don't know anything about flipping. That's why I'm here to learn.
Hi everybody, my name is Kyle. I currently buy and hold out of state, just looking to generate new deals in California. Maybe looking to flip 1 or 2 properties this year. So just looking forward to that.
Hey everyone, I'm Josh Young, real estate investor for over 13 years. With my wife Jennifer, we own a self-storage business, residential and commercial cleaning business for 15 years. We're Fortune Builder students as well since 2012. But mainly we're here for flipping and investing as well.
And they'll be our speakers tonight, so we'll go more in detail of their background and everything about them, when they met, When their first date and all that.
15 years married.
Nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
And I'm Jennifer. And pretty much everything he said, we also flip houses. So that's, yeah, kind of missed that piece. Oh, and then I invested on notes.
My name is Alan. In daytime, I'm working in the IT industry. In nighttime, I'm the real estate investment.
Wow.
So that's the reason why I'm here, try to meet more wholesalers. So if you have good deals, we can help.
I'm Azim. I'm also with Fortune Builders and Flipper, and looking for private money lenders.
And looking for contractors, for agents, for everyone. So yeah, we have done a couple of deals. We have finished our rehab projects, and we are also going to get more very soon. So if you're looking to invest as a private money lender, please do get in touch with me, get my card, and then we'll keep in touch, and I'll keep you posted.
Awesome.
My name's Fernando, and I'm a wholesaler and a flipper. I'm looking for opportunity, so if anybody has opportunity, send it my way.
My name is Angela. My focus is in commercial real estate, and I also invest in market share.
My name is Marisa. I'm a realtor, but also an investor. I want to learn how to do this home flipping. Looking forward to do my first one. And the reason why I was late is because I was door knocking around here.
Oh, my name is Bernard. I'm here to learn from everyone. No, I'm a real estate wholesaler in the Bay Area. I also flip in a different state, like Illinois and Arizona. And those of you that actually have or want to wholesale or put together a deal and doesn't know how, we can work with you. And I work with Tom and Ken and Pam and everyone else up there.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Chintan, just new to real estate, first time here in this meetup. Just here to learn, and I've done quite a few crowdfund investing, and just kind of see how kind of I can get my feet wet into kind of single families and maybe potentially multi-families and so on. Some more investing also.
Hi, my name is Mark. I'm a realtor out of Fairfield, Solano County. I'm here primarily to learn another facet of the industry, which is investing. So what I hope to get out of this is to network and to hopefully, if you guys have any listings or any properties you wish to purchase, I'd love to talk to you.
Good evening, flippers. My name is Paul. I'm here as a student trying to learn. I have a full-time job, and so during the day, I guess I'm working for somebody else, and at night I'm working for myself. So.
Hi, my name is Mike. I'm new to the industry. I worked labor for 25 years, and I got injured, so I want to try to do this and learn how to do it well. My wife and I are getting into this, and we have, her family has 3 marble and tile granite companies. So I have a unique way of finding off-market properties. So if anybody's interested in properties that are off-market, please contact me.
My name's Felicia. Originally I built surgical robots, but I got hurt at work, so I'm just coming off of a 10-hour back surgery. It's been about 6 months. So I'm trying to do whatever he's doing and hobbling around looking at properties and stuff like that. So hopefully we can meet some more people and get a team going, and work on. Like you said, my family owns 3 tile, marble, and granite companies. 1 in Sacramento, we have 1 here, and we're working on 1 in Las Vegas. So thank you.
Awesome.
And I'm working with them.
And he's working with us.
Yes. Bernard's teaching us.
You want to go over how to analyze this? And then,
Okay. All right. So we all know each other very well now. I'm just gonna go over how we analyze deals. A lot of you guys are new, so you want to have just a general idea of how we spot a good deal. So in your very expensive real estate class, they teach you the rule of thumb, the 70% rule of thumb. So when you're looking for a property, we like to look for properties that are about 70% of the ARV, after repair value. Just some magical number. And how did they come up with this? They figured you buy a property, you figure out its ARV, what the maximum price it can sell for, and you make a blind offer of 70%. Why 70%? Because 70% will go to the owner, 10% will go to closing costs. Now you're down to 20%. That 20% is between you and your contractors, so your repairs and your profit. Okay, so that's the rule of thumb. So let's say, what? Okay, hold on. If you buy a house for $700,000, 10% will go for 10% is for the repairs, which is $100,000. 10% more is for the closing costs, and the remaining 10% is hopefully your profit. Okay, so that's the rule of thumb. We have our own little quick analysis. So we look at properties all day, from you guys too. You guys send us like 30 deals a day. We quickly look at it. We want to know if it's a good deal. So real quick, we'll do our own rule. We'll do the 150,000 rule. So the 150,000 rule is looking at the price of the property and the maximum sold in the area, or a little bit more. Is there a $150 gap? $150,000 gap. I'm sorry, 150,000. Why is it 150,000? Because we figured we'd spend about 50,000 on the repairs, 50,000 for the closing costs, and 50,000 for the profit. That is our quick analysis. Realistically, we probably won't go for that kind of number. What we really would probably look for is the $250,000 rule. So $250,000 rule would mean that if we buy a house for $1 million, we would want the ARV to be 1.25 mil. The gross profit there would be $250,000. We put in $100,000 for the repairs. We pay about 5 to 10% for closing costs. That would be about $50,000. Our net profit would be about $100,000. That's a better number, especially in this area that we're living in, San Jose, Bay Area. Everything should be about $1 million, $2 million, roughly. So how do we find our deals? This is not a secret. This is just the same information that everyone else has been using. So we email a ton of realtors. If you come to our meetups here, we provide you all that information. We also meet wholesalers from other meetup groups, such as this one.
Who's the wholesaler tonight? Can you raise your hand again? Who's the wholesaler? Wholesaler?
Plenty.
So a lot of wholesalers, right? And then, how many of you bought a deal from Bernard so far?
Bernard, we're talking to you.
I think so far me and Jennifer bought a deal from Bernard. So anyone else wants to buy a deal from Bernard?
$350.
And offer a little bit more? Yes. So deals are actually happier because of this group, because we were networking with each other, right? And then all the other wholesalers probably has a deal in mind that they have today. Can we go over your deal today, Don? Can we go over live and find a buyer tonight? We're gonna try to mark it up as high as possible. See who's willing to pay the most. We do auction style. I get 10%. Okay? Okay, let's do that. So Don actually has a deal that we're gonna analyze live, and we're gonna show how to put it together. Okay.
Okay, so continuing, how do we find deals? We can find deals through wholesalers. Now, besides at the meetup, you can find wholesalers by simply Googling it. You can look up, we buy houses, San Jose, we buy houses, Campbell, etc. We buy ugly houses. Just a variation of it. You just Google it and you'll find a whole bunch of other investors. Those investors, they may be buying the property for themselves or they may be wholesaling it as well. So it's good to just simply reach out, network with them and see if they have any properties that they're trying to unload. We do direct mailing. That We spend about 50 cents to 60 cents per mailer. We send out to a bunch of prospects. We get our list from title companies, or we do driving for dollars, which is essentially us driving down your neighborhood. We see an ugly house, we just add it to our mailer, and then we just hit them every month, hoping that they'll call us. It's a little bit of an expensive process, but it's effective. It's one of the original ways of getting a deal. We comb the MLS. The MLS is very competitive, so we're a little bit more niched when we scan the MLS. We look for properties that have been sitting on the market really long, longer than average, which is like 20 days and over, or we look for properties that are expired. We also look on Craigslist. You can find a deal on Craigslist.
You can find partners on Craigslist.
Yeah, partners, partners. You can ask other flippers. You can call hard money lenders. Believe it or not, there are people who borrow money from hard money lenders, and then they get in trouble with them, and then they get pre-foreclosed and all that. You can actually reach out to these hard money lenders and try to figure out who those people are and see if you can actually help them. It works.
Awesome. So to add on to that, so we want to be the hub for you to kind of use these strategies, right? So real estate agents, we have a list of real estate agents, Santa Clara County, Alameda County, San Francisco County, Contra Costa County. If you want to do that county, or download the list of all those agents, you can hit them, call them. We want to provide you with everything you need in order to take the action, right? So everything you need, just ask us, we'll provide you with it. You might have to give us some cash or at least something for that.
10 cents per page.
And we want to help you. So direct mailers will connect you to the title company in order to do that. Title companies give this list for free. Is there anything better than that? For free?
That's my favorite number.
Free. That's a great value, right? All they want is the business. Just give them the escrow. So they'll give you a list of properties, 10,000, whatever list you want, they'll give you a list. We'll help you compile that list. You want to hit owner-occupied, investors, old houses, old people, whatever you want to hit, right? We'll let you, we'll compile that list for you. Our mailing company only charges 60 cents per letter. So if you need help doing that too, we'll help you prepare your letter, and we'll help you push to the next step. How can you push it to the next step? To get your advertising out. You can use our letters if you want. You can use any of their faces if you want. So our brand is Stronger Moms. You can leverage our brand. You don't have to create a whole new brand. They look like great moms together, so they'll be a great face for the letter. We promote San Francisco residents. So yes, a lot of ways to get deals. You just have to do it, but we want to push you to do it. We'll show you how to do it. We're not going to charge you anything for that. Okay, so next slide. We're going to go over some live deals. We're short on time because we want to start with the speakers. So we're going to go over live deals that we come across on a daily basis. So how we look at the numbers, how we analyze it, and we actually have one right now with Don. So can we go over your deal live? Sure, you can do that. Awesome. Okay, let's go over live. What's the address again? What's the address?
414 Peach Street.
414 Peach Street. So everyone can look up that address on their phone real quick. And then can you tell us a little bit about that one, how you found it? Yes.
Yeah, it's an old fixer upper. I was out doing my thing, calling agents, looking for leads, and found an agent that found an off-market lead there. So it's off-market.
Off-market, nice.
Yeah, actually came back. We had just come back from Tony Robbins' event last week, so we were very charged up. We were having a great time.
So how many agents did you call in order to get that lead?
One agent.
One agent, that's
wow.
it?
First agent of the day, boom.
Nice, that's lucky.
Yeah, that's very good.
Oh,
wow.
skilled.
Yeah, that's skilled. Yeah.
Very good skills. Okay, what's the address again? 1440?
1214.
1214, what is it? Peach, okay.
Would you happen to know the owner's situation? Why are they selling?
It's a
Peach.
Yeah, I think it's a dad who's kind of old and he's having some mental disabilities and trying to move on and everything. So the house has been sitting there idle for a little while.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow. So look at this nice, beautiful house.
Yeah.
Good. Is that a haunted house or is that just a regular house? Look at this street, Peach Street. Not too bad, right? It's not crowded with cars. It has a nice charm.
Very nice neighborhood.
Yeah.
You see grandmas out there walking their dogs, you see
Really?
joggers running through the neighborhood, kids running around.
It's a very family-oriented neighborhood, right?
Pretty nice little pocket.
Okay, so let's pull this up. So this is how we analyze deals. We look at the characteristics. You want to understand the property, right? So it's two beds, 1 bath, 1,100 square feet. Is there extra space on the bottom that you can?
There's a basement down there, so that can be converted
Yeah.
into living space.
Nice.
Except there's one stipulation found out from the planning department that the garage space, because it doesn't have enough space there, it has to be reserved for a garage. There's a little pocket underneath.
Yeah.
But the rest of it can be used as, living space.
This could
That
be
can be converted.
the girlfriend space.
Girlfriend
The second
space.
girlfriend, yeah.
It could be man cave or girlfriend or.
1910, that's a very old house, right?
It's pretty old. That's
Man,
pretty
is
old.
anyone here born in 1910? Actually, I'm sorry, I think that's a bad joke. That's a really bad joke.
Age discrimination.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was second strike of the day.
Okay, very old house, 19 years or 100 years young.
Yep.
Right? I'm gonna jump on the MOS and I'm gonna look at the tax record and all that. So we're gonna show you how to analyze deals 2 ways. One through Zillow, just in case you don't have MOS. Does anybody want MOS access?
Yes.
How much are you willing to pay for it?
If you really want MLS access, do reach out to us. We can help you get set up. You do have to pay their costs, their charges though. We don't charge for it.
We can charge a little bit more. Okay, so
What does that cost?
it's only $125 for an assistant account. Technically, you could be all assistant, right?
Yeah.
So you could have access to the MLS
For a year?
for a year, unless you want to pay monthly, up to you. But it costs
$125 for a year?
$125 a year. It costs us $1,000. I shouldn't be saying this in the camera, but we're gonna delete that part out. Okay, let's look at Peach on Zillow or Redfin. So Redfin is saying $778. What is the price that the seller wants?
It was starting at $550.
$550. So right away there's a little spread, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of piques your interest. $550. So $550. Let's think about
Especially
that.
when you start looking at the
$550.
comps.
And then we'll check out some comps. So if you don't have MLS, I'll do MLS first because I'll show you how easy it is. It would just take less than like 2 minutes. So 0 through 500. Whoa. What is that? Whoa. This computer is haunted. Okay, 0 through 500. Okay. Single family, right? Single family house. Let's do quarter mile. 1214 Peach in Alameda. Okay, so let's take a look. How many matches do we have? 25. That's a very good amount, right? So let's look at the closest one. We're gonna sort this. What's all this? We're gonna sort this by square feet. How big was their house again?
1124.
1124. So we'll look at the properties that are around our size, right?
It's a 3,300 square foot lot.
3,300 square foot lot. So let's look at the price. Kind of jumps up and down. It's 650, 830. So we'll look at the highest and lowest. Highest and lowest. So 1.1. That's very high, right? 1.1. So we're gonna see how did it
That's a
hit.
3-bedroom.
3-bedroom, 2 bath. So we're gonna look at everything. So we're gonna look at all the clues and kind of see what price range ours could hit. So which one do we want to look at first?
2 bed, 1 bath, because there is a 2-1.
Okay, so 2 bed, 1 bath. Let's look at this one. 2 bed, 1 bath. Pictures. Okay. This one looks nice, right? Nice porch. Nice purple windows. That's rare. Nice hardwood. Original. Even this is original from 1910. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, yeah.
Look at the stove. Yeah. That's 1910. Wow. You think the appliance still work? Okay, windows. Nice driveway, right? Nice driveway to the garage, the back garage. Big backyard, that's good.
Wow, that's a weird design. Hey, look, it's an office with a laundry machine. Nice. That's retro.
Very functional. You can read and listen to the laundry room. Okay, so this house sold for $850, right? So if it's $850, sold for $850, but it's not even updated. So how much can ours sell for? What do you think ours can sell for? 900, 950? Maybe 900, 950?
The sale was middle of 17.
And it's middle of 17, so prices could have gone up a little bit, right? So it's sold for $850, but ours is going to be better. Better upgrades, right? We're not going to use 1910 appliances. We're going to have better appliances. So if it's better, can we hit a higher price? Yeah. So what's the safe price that we can hit?
That's a bigger lot.
That's a bigger lot, but lot size a little bit bigger, just a little bit bigger. So we'll adjust for that. So 850, you think we can hit 900?
920.
920? Why 920? Because of our appliances?
Yep.
What else?
I think if you look at the other comps and
Yeah.
let's find out if
Yeah.
we can find a better remodeled house,
Right.
then we can make
Or
that.
move in condition.
Otherwise, we do not speculate
Okay.
on priorities completely because it's very critical.
Very good idea. We'll look at more. That's one. So one comp proves that we can sell for 950, right? Or 900.
955, 12044 Court Street. But that's a smaller actually.
Smaller, and it's sold for 950.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing,
Look at
right?
that, yeah.
So that's
What's
probably
the date
all
on that
fixed
one?
up.
What's the date of the sale?
Wow, look at this.
2018. Oh, that's cute though.
This is recent, huh? So the market's very hot around here. It's a nice kitchen, nice driveway, nice door. Some original, but very nice looking. So a nice remodeled house could hit maybe even 950.
Right, so now we can say that that would sell for 950.
So it's pretty safe to say 950, right? 900 to 950. Maybe their floor plan's better. That's a very nice backyard, right? It has all this deck space and a detached. I don't think we have a detached area, right? Yeah, so they have a better advantage than us. So maybe we have to drop ours down to 900. I see a couch in there, so you can hang out in there. Okay. And a little, so it's kind of 2 stories. It's kind of cool. Okay. One area for the wife, one for the girlfriend. See, so
That's also on camera, Tom.
that's also a bad joke. I'm never gonna find a girlfriend. Okay, this is the garage space.
Foosball table.
And you can hang out, so it's very functional garage space because you can fit your car in here and then you can hang out at the same time.
Never go home.
So theirs is way better than ours, right? So I don't think we can hit this high, maybe 900, right? So 900 is pretty safe, but we need more clues. So let's look at more clues. This one's nice. It's sold for 800, 1,000 square feet, kind of similar. 3-1. Not really updated, right? So if it's updated, we can probably hit higher, maybe 850.
Yeah, but also
This one's a
look
Main
at the-
Street.
it was sold in October, so market has appreciated a lot in these last 6 months. So
Good point.
definitely-
That's on a busy street.
And it's on a
Definitely
busy street.
More than 900.
For inside, maybe people don't want to live on a busy street. Okay, so good point. So we probably hit 900 again. So a lot of clues are telling us 900. Let's look at this one, only 655. Why so low?
Small,
655, 2-1, kind of like us, right?
Mhm.
1100, but very small lots.
Oh, that's a very small lot.
Yeah, very
Maybe
small
old
lot,
house, like
no garage, right? But decent condition. I like the appliances next to each other, very convenient. Wow, okay.
Sink, stove, refrigerator.
That's the first time I've seen that. I love it. I would pay $1 million for this. Okay, so beautiful. It's kind of nice, right? The only problem is that it's too small.
Oh, that was a new laundry machine.
Wow, that's a nice
Even
upgrade.
from the wall. And the
Yeah.
house is very old, it's like 100 years old.
You can't open the door, you can hit the wall.
You have to jump over it. The prop.
Yeah.
Okay, so the max is 650, right? So we can hit way more. So this is not a good comp because it's too small.
It's too old as well. It
It's
was in
100 years
May
old.
2017, so
Really?
that's way old. We don't even consider
Yeah.
prior to 90 days
Yeah.
as an investor.
Okay. Too old, right? This one's 830. That's nice. 1,100 square feet. Nice courtyard. It's kind of mixed between nice and ugly. The fireplace kind of old.
It's called pretty ugly.
Pretty ugly.
Floors are
I'm gonna tell everyone that they're pretty ugly. Okay, nice cabinets. It's kind of cool, right? They have this corner area.
Sit in the corner.
Kind of nice, right? Upgraded.
Yeah, nice enough to sell to someone else.
Yeah.
It's move-in ready.
Move in, yeah, moving ready. Nice backyard.
I like the patio.
Shed.
It's nice furniture here.
A lot of cool characteristics, and it's sold for $830.
Yeah.
So why so low? Because it's pretty nice.
Because it's just 4 colors flooring pump.
Yeah, it's 4 colors.
It's just 3 bedroom, 1 bath. It's
What
like-
if they're colorblind? It doesn't matter, right? They might like it.
The city is kind
You're right. It's very weird because you have tile, then you have
That is
white
another color.
tiles.
Yeah, that's another color.
I think I'm for
Diversity.
job.
Housing and diverse.
Very diverse house, yes.
And the colors are so interesting. I have so many colors in the shop.
Yeah, unique. This is one of a kind. That's what you call it, one of a kind. So maybe we could hit higher, maybe 900, right? Because ours is going to be color coordinated. And yes,
Because it's also a busy street, that's why.
also busy street.
Is
Good
it?
point.
It look like it.
And also around October, right?
Yeah.
For inside going down to the tunnel.
Yeah. So does everyone agree with 900? Is that a safe Airbnb 900?
Yeah.
Okay, let's play with some numbers so we can find out what we're going to offer Don. We're going to try to lowball him at the same time. We have to make some money, Don. We can't do this for free. So let's work backwards. Let's work backwards. I'm going to make this bigger. So 900 is our ARV. Everyone can see that? Everyone put on your glasses? Okay, good. So 900, what is the repairs that we're going to put into the house? 100K? That's a good amount.
150 to be safe.
It's a very small house, so I think 100K you get away with that, right?
Yeah.
So 800K is remaining. What about closing costs? What's closing costs? 5-10%? Because commission's already 5%, and then you have escrow. You have what else? Property
Earnings,
tax,
insurance.
insurance. You have child support. Just kidding. Don't add that. Okay, so. Let's say 10% on the high end. What's 10% of 90? I mean 90. There you guys answers. Let's just round it off. Let's just say 100K just for be safe, right?
Yeah.
So you're now down to 700K.
Yeah.
How much profit do you want to make on this house? You want to make
At least
50K,
50, right?
100K. I think my time's worth 100K, right? Right, Don? Okay, or maybe in 200K.
Maybe 200.
Okay. So now our offer to Don.
What about financing costs?
Yes, we'll go to that next. Yeah, I'll show you the Excel next.
So our offer.
Let's say our offer to Don is 600K. Is that ballpark that you're willing to take?
Yeah.
That's on video too. That's a contract.
No comment.
No comment. Are we in the sweet spot? Getting close. High, low, high, low. Up.
Other direction.
650. 675.
Going once.
700.
Going 700.
Getting up there.
700 would have worked for free.
We're in consideration range.
We're gonna start a non-profit business. 700 is your price.
I'm not, no firm price right now.
No firm price. Okay.
Taking under consideration.
Anyone willing to do 700? 700. Contractor, you can repair it for cheap, right? Chelin, you can repair the house for cheap, right? 50,000.
As long as you share the profit with me. Yeah.
Of course.
You gotta pay the workers.
So let's think of a sweet price to work with. Let's say 650. Let's just say 650. Yeah. So let's say 650, we buy it for 650, we're gonna make 50,000 net, right? At 650K, we make 50K net. But if we can save money on the repairs, we can make more, right? So it's very important to bring a contractor with you to kind of estimate the repairs. And now we're gonna go over the numbers. This is how we buy deals. We buy deals 100% financing. So let me pull this up real quick. This is our Excel, our copyrighted Excel, if anyone wants it. This is, you can put in the number right here. What are we buying it for again? 650. Okay.
Enable.
Oh, enable. See, it's copyrighted. You haven't changed it. Okay, 650. Okay, 650. We're gonna play around with numbers. We're gonna see how to make this deal work. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. Estimated repairs. Let's say 100K first, and then we'll play around with it. And then resell is 900K. And then hard money will always be 2 points, right? 2 points. 10% interest. Let's say this only takes 6 months because we have a really good contractor. Okay, so we're gonna run through these numbers. Price, we're only down 10%, and that's through Ironbridge. If you want to utilize Ironbridge, they will fund the rehab for you, so you don't need to come up with the rehab. They'll charge 2 points, 10% interest. So your hard money cost is already $40,000. $40,000 to carry this project for 6 months. And let's say if you don't have your down payment, if you're broke like us, we just borrow everything, right? So let's say we borrow the money from Dwayne. How much are you gonna charge us, Dwayne? 6% interest? You're happy with 6%?
That's a friendly hookup.
Okay. Thank you, Dwayne. Look how much money we save. Let's see. We saved $2,900 down to $2,000. So we saved $2,000. Thanks to Dwayne. Okay, for repairs, the hard money letters, not nice like Dane, they're gonna charge 10% still. So you can still net maybe $38,000.
For 6 months?
For 6 months, that's not bad, right? I work at McDonald's, I only make $30,000 a year. So that's not bad for me, I would do it. But if you wanna make $100,000, where can you save? Either the price or the repairs. So we're gonna lowball Don. How much should we lowball Don?
Don has to work with the
Don thinks the ARV is higher. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, you think the ARV is higher? Maybe 925?
Well, you need to be conservative. What if you don't sell it?
Yeah.
What about us, Don?
Yeah.
What if we don't sell it?
What about our wrists?
What about mom?
You don't care about our moms? They have kids to feed. Okay, 650. Let's say if you can save on the repairs.
And actually, it's not a 6-month project, right?
It could be 6 months, depending on a good contractor.
The closing.
Yeah, it's pretty old. We'd update everything.
I saw the video.
Maybe 100 grand. Yeah, so we'll keep it high. So we have no choice.
It says lucky about 100, so bump it up to 125. So. Thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you for getting us a lower price. You're the best.
We're all here to learn.
Yeah, we're making 10,000. Is it worth it?
10,000.
All right, down 550. Take or leave it. Yes. We're making it work. We're making it 550. Okay. Thank you, Don. You're the best too. We just made a deal happen. All about negotiation. So let's say we buy this house for $550 because Don is really nice.
Yes.
He loves us so much.
That's right.
He loves all of our moms. And we only down 10%. If you're down 10%, that's only $50,000. Okay, we borrow $50,000. How much is in your bank account again? $1 million? $2 million? $3 million?
Proof of funds, Dwayne.
$50 million. Yes, so he has $50 million. So you can borrow as much down payment as you want. Are you going to give us holding costs? What if I can't make the monthly payment because I have child support, I have 3 kids? So can you make the monthly payment for us?
I will take the house.
You don't do a big second, like deferred?
No, I don't do seconds.
Oh, how come? You only do first.
I only do first.
Then you can't fund it.
No.
Unless you take the whole thing.
No.
I do the first.
The first.
Yeah.
So you fund the whole purchase.
Yeah.
The whole purchase.
90%?
In this case, perhaps 90%.
90%. So you'll fund up to 90%.
On this one.
On this one.
On
And
the
then what are your
this
terms?
particular-
What would be your terms? 2 points, 10% like Iron Bridge to be competitive, or less?
6-12.
12%.
No points.
No points.
Whoa.
That's better. Okay, that's better. Okay, who has down payment? We don't have down payment right now. We're kind of broke still. So who has down payment? We can borrow. Champagne, you have down payment?
I need a commercial properties deal, I'm sorry.
From your 401k, take it out. It's okay. Stocks are dropping anyway.
401k?
Pull it out. Pull it all out.
Kevin's right there in front.
We'll ask all the engineers to
He has
tap
down
on
payment.
What's that?
Kevin,
down payment. That's cash though. That doesn't count.
I'm looking for the person here for tonight.
Okay, so we can borrow money from each other, right? Borrow money from each other, get the down payment, talk to Dwayne to get 90%, and then put the deal together. We have contractors right there. Can you fix the house for 100 grand?
Yeah, she said yeah.
Should be, just a clean up.
Does it clean up? Okay. That's a great deal.
So what do you think actually it should be? Would you like to share any ideas of your contracting price?
So like actually I think like this project I said like it's supposed like not taking 6 months honestly. In and out what I was expecting from we closing a month, right? So from we selling a month and then I was expecting to open house another 10 days, right? So I was expecting you can within 3 months this is the project what I expecting to go through. Then you can make money. Otherwise 6 months. I better to work in McDonald's without any risk. Honestly.
You can join me. Make the best chicken nuggets. Okay, we're gonna get ready for our speaker, but before we get ready for our speaker, let's go and read her impressive bio. So Jennifer is an expert in business development, financial. So what does that make Josh? Is he an expert or is he assistant or?
More like assistant, yeah.
Okay, that's a great title. Okay, so what else about Jennifer? Actually, you want to come up, Jennifer?
Sure.
As we advertise you in front of everyone and talk about your background. And Josh, want to come up too? Your other half? Okay.
Josh, you need wine?
No. Jennifer's also a mom. She had to hire a babysitter today, right? Just to be here.
My mom.
His mom's
Oh, your mom.
Thank you, moms.
We're gonna have a pot after for babysitting funds for them because they took the time out to join us tonight.
They came from Belmont.
Yeah, and they came from Belmont in their private jet, right? Okay, so graduated.
Do you want me to
used
just tell you a little bit about me?
Oh, you want? Okay, that's better.
That makes it easier for you. Yeah, so I actually started working at Cisco Systems. Well, actually, I started working when I graduated from college, I was a pharmaceutical sales rep, and I worked for Johnson & Johnson. And then I worked at a startup down here. I used to live down here, and then went to work for Cisco Systems. And I was tired of working for somebody else. I was tired of the politics that went on in a corporate job, so I wanted to run my own business. So I did a lot of research, and I actually bought a residential house cleaning franchise. And I wanted to find a business in a box because I wanted to learn how to run a business and everything that is involved in running a business. I really loved real estate at that time, but I had no idea how to get started in it, and I was afraid to do it. So I decided I'm going to go and run a business first. So I started the business back in 2003 with my sister, and built the business from scratch. I learned everything there was to learn about marketing, and having employees, payroll. Pretty much, I had to do everything, right? So I cleaned.
She cleaned.
I cleaned for the first year and a half. Probably cleaned a little bit too long, but I'm one of those people that likes to be in what I'm doing, so that I can then the people that I manage they can relate better with me because they know that I've been out there, I've cleaned, I know how to do the job. So I ran that business for 10 years. And I actually bought out my sister's half of the business, and Josh was working at Oracle, so he He quit his job and came to run the cleaning company.
And I don't clean.
Yeah.
So I lucked out.
And then we joined Fortune Builders in September of 2012 because real estate was where I wanted to go. And we said we needed to learn the system. And Fortune Builders for us was a good fit for us. I like following systems. I like, very clear things put together for me to help me through it. So we joined Fortune Builders. We found our first flip within 4 months. I found a short sale on the MLS. It was Thanksgiving, and I was going through the MLS, and it had just fallen out of contract. So we got lucky, and we the day after Thanksgiving, I went and looked at the house, and then we had it in contract. So we did well. It was a good experience for us.
Won't you tell them how much you made on the first one?
Huh?
Tell them how much you made.
Oh, we made about $130,000 on our first deal.
Wow.
It was in Redwood City. It was everything worked out well. We really followed the system. We followed exactly what Fortune Builders told us to do, and it worked. So
Can we check out that deal too? So as they're talking, would it be okay if everyone kind of jumps in with questions?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Interrupt you every 2 seconds.
Absolutely.
So they want to learn, so.
Yeah, so if you have questions, so we started flipping, but we still owned the cleaning company. In the process with our cleaning company, I was renting a commercial space, and I decided I wanted to try to figure out a way to own my own space so I could pay myself rent. So we found a commercial building, and it happened to have a storage unit with it. So there's office space in there. So we rounded up some money and we purchased that building.
This was 2005.
Yeah.
2005.
05. So
05.
this is before
the crash. Yeah. So you bought at a high price.
Yeah.
Okay price.
No, okay.
Yeah, okay price. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't the greatest location in Redwood City at the time.
Yeah.
So
It's Broadway.
we probably
Broadway.
overpaid for it at the time. But now it's a really up and coming area. So there's the Stanford campus on one end. There's the brand new downtown, and we're kind of like right in the middle of it, which is a good location.
Yeah. So the story with that is, she needed an office for her business, and it came with the storage.
Yeah.
So it was another business. We knew nothing about storage.
Yeah.
One of my suggestions to you guys, storage is awesome.
Yeah.
Self-storage, no tenants, right? No toilets. It's actually a really good business. If you get into it, I would suggest it as well.
And once people actually get in there,
They never
barely.
leave.
We've had tenants there since we purchased the building,
Yeah.
and they just keep paying, and we raise their prices, and they just keep paying. And the great thing about those tenants is, we had somebody in there that was in there. He just recently moved out of the building, and he was like, he calls me. He's been paying his rent religiously. Calls me. You know what? I moved out of the state, and I need to clear out my unit. And I was like, okay, so, I'll charge you to clear out the unit. But basically, he didn't want anything in the unit. But he just paid us rent for 10 years, and then he ends up hiring somebody to come and clear out the whole unit.
So you're in the business of hoarding.
Yes.
Yeah, people love their stuff.
Well, and
Right?
out of sight, out of mind, and people are too
Yeah.
lazy to come and clean it out, so they just keep paying the rent.
Very nice.
So 2005 also is we took a leap of faith as well. That was .com was huge. People were still investing. We sold basically all of our stock, all of our mutual funds, basically begged, borrowed, stole to buy that building. Because we really.
And we asked how much was the price?
We paid 1.2.
1.2.
Yeah, 1.2.
For a big commercial with self-storage.
It's 12,000. It's 12,000 square foot. It's small.
It's small.
It's small.
Yeah.
But
It was a decent price.
Monthly take on that passive income? No, if you don't mind me asking.
We're doing good.
Over
cap
six.
rate, maybe?
I would say over 6 figures.
Oh, 6
Oh,
figures.
really?
Yeah.
No, not in
Net.
annually.
Yeah, net.
Oh, yeah.
Monthly.
Net.
He's asking you monthly.
Oh, I didn't hear you say monthly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that's really good.
Yeah.
For annual,
Yeah.
that's like covering your income.
Yeah.
Well, the nice thing about it was already had income when we moved in,
Nice.
so we weren't paying a whole lot on the mortgage,
Yeah.
right? And then our cleaning company was paying the rent to the self-storage unit,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
good
was
too, double benefit.
so yeah,
It's a very good cash flow.
that was nice. Yeah.
So that's good. We'll jump to the flip real quick.
Okay.
And then we'll jump into the commercial. Commercial is great for cash flow. They bought at a great price, 1.2, right? I really live in there and buy a house.
Yeah.
This is 1.2, 12,000 square feet.
Yeah.
Let's jump to your first flip real quick, so we can kind of learn how you did
Can't
your
remember
first
the
flip.
address.
You remember the address of the street
Roosevelt.
or?
Roosevelt.
Or we're gonna look you up on the tax record. That's
It's on, I don't even remember the address, let me think, 23.
Let me get my computer. I
Okay.
have it.
So as we're getting the address, you can talk about that one you found on the MLS.
Yes,
Did
found
you
it
go
on the
to
MLS.
listing agent, or did you have a buyer agent? How did you
I had a
submit
buyer.
that
I had a
offer?
buyer's agent,
Yeah.
and it's just somebody a realtor that I've been working with.
Nice.
And I just I went and looked at it,
Yeah.
and I liked it. It was the nice thing about it. So here's the thing: if it's your first flip, try
Yeah.
not to find anything that's too complicated. So I didn't do a whole. I just rehabbed the bathrooms, the kitchens,
Yeah.
and I I changed the layout very slightly. Like I added a side door
Mm-hmm.
because the only way to get to the backyard was to go through the master bedroom. So I actually added a side door into the kitchen. So just really simple things. I left a lot of the floors the same because I wanted to keep my costs down. I
Yeah.
did my rehab for like $42,000.
Wow.
So but I also interviewed a lot of contractors. I'm a numbers person. So for me, it was like I really stuck with my budget, and it's super important that you do that. Just stick with your budget and do the best that you can. But then there's always
35
surprises.
Roosevelt. 35 Roosevelt, Redwood City.
Thank you.
Roosevelt.
Yeah, we drive by the house now, and it really looks pretty much the same. We painted it, we repainted the inside and the outside. One of the things that we did to save money was we didn't change out the cabinets in
Redwood
the
City.
kitchen.
Oh, Redwood
I
City.
have pictures if you want to see before.
Oh yeah. Well, that's some pictures.
We just painted the cabinets. They were in good shape, so we just painted them white.
Let's see, what's the best way to look? This is sold 2013. Nice little 1,700 square foot house.
It's
Now
worth
it's
1.6.
1.6.
I wish I hung on to it.
I sold it for $850.
Wow.
Buy it back.
I know.
Buy back for the same price. That's a nice. So this is original. Or you added that? Or?
No, we added the floors. We redid the whole kitchen.
Oh, new kitchen.
Yeah, but I didn't change out the windows. The windows were still there.
Yeah.
New.
So
The door that I added was on the side.
Only 40,000. That's really good, huh? Maybe all the contractors back then were charging less. Is that right?
I don't know. I used the fortune builders technique and just
Yeah.
like negotiated the price down a lot.
Nice.
Like and told them that I was going to be doing this for a long time.
Yeah. And it worked. Huh? Are you
It
still
worked.
working with them now?
With fortune
No, he
builders?
was
No.
no.
Like
Oh,
those
those
contractors?
no, he wasn't a very good contractor,
No.
honestly. We had to go back and clean up a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Like here's what he did. Josh was under the sink checking out, and he did some really wacky wiring for the dishwasher, and just basically like stuck live wires into the
outlet to extend it.
And the inspector didn't catch it.
Yeah.
Nobody else caught
I
it.
caught it.
Josh caught it. We brought in a new electrician to come and fix it.
Yeah.
So you have to be
There you go.
super careful about
Like
some of
a
your.
fire hazard.
I have before, after.
Okay, nice. Let's see if we can. How can we get that on the big screen?
Maybe you can email it to us.
I can email it to you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe,
Email to.
What do you have a
team?
USB?
Yeah, so
You have a
USB? Oh, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, you just dated us, Josh.
So let's look at your
Yeah.
history real quick. So you bought.
I forgot. Five. I bought it for $5.9. So here's this with this deal. This deal was a short sale and it fell out of contract, and the realtor had been working on it for such a long time.
580. 580.
Yeah.
And now it's worth 1.6.
Yeah, I should have held on to it. That's.
Oh, you don't? You have it.
So you bought for 580.
Okay, that's fine.
580.
Don't worry. Okay.
And
Thanks,
December
yeah.
to April is only 4 months.
Yeah.
That's a quick project.
Yeah.
Very, very fast project. So how did you buy this? Did you have 580,000 stashed away somewhere? Or did you borrow
No,
that?
I used a combination of hard money and private money.
Yeah. How much was your down payment for the hard money?
Oh, I don't know.
You want the money? Do you want
10%,
But I use
20%?
20% maybe.
9 to 12% from 2 to 4 points.
Yeah.
So that's the average.
Nice. So 2 points.
Well, my private money, I didn't have points.
Really?
So yeah.
Wait, only
Yeah.
10% interest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah.
You still work with them now?
Yeah.
Do they have more money for everyone?
Maybe
For
the
us,
right
they do.
investor. Yeah.
So 580, and you put 20% down, and
Yeah.
then you got a hard money. Do you remember which lender at the time?
I did. We used FJM Capital.
FGM. I
Yeah.
thought they required 35% for.
No, not at the time. They didn't.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
very
maybe
nice.
they did.
Lewis?
Yeah, maybe it was 30%. Maybe it was 30%.
You went to your analyst?
And then actually we funded the rehab ourselves.
funded rehab?
Yeah,
Okay.
because it was our first rehab and
Yeah.
it was hard. At that time, they weren't, a lot of hard money lenders weren't funding the rehabs also.
Yeah.
So we just funded it ourselves.
Yeah, do you use credit cards? Do you use life savings, life insurance, anything like that? Or you
No,
just-
I think we just had the cash at that
Oh,
time.
very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
awesome.
I didn't use credit cards at that time.
Yeah.
That strategy.
So 580, you put in 40 grand. So now you're at 620. 620, right?
Uh-huh.
What's 620 minus 850? What is that?
230.
230. So that's a huge spread. 230. And then your closing costs.
Well, you have your holding time,
Yeah.
stager,
Yeah.
closing costs,
Yeah.
and then you have to pay your realtors. Your realtors are your biggest expense.
Did you? So that was you
Sorry.
said you found on them was
Realtors. I did.
So you did the realtor's job. Cause you found the deal.
I did, you're right, I
So
did.
Did you get anything back? Anything from that? No.
She was a
It's bad
friend.
realtor.
She was a friend.
That's a bad friend.
And I gave her the listing on the back end too.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
You're a good friend.
Yep.
I'm a good friend.
Okay, next
Are
time
you
you
guys
need
still
an
friends?
agent, let us know if you need an agent. So let's pay these numbers. You bought it for 580, right? 580?
Yep.
And you down, whoa, that's 5
million.
Okay, just a little bit off.
It's worth
Okay, 20%. And you only put in 40,000. Let's make it even, nice and even. You sold it for 850. 850, right?
Yeah.
850. Let's just say 2 points. Let's say 4 months. It only took you 4 months. And you have to pay your good friend $21,000 for do nothing, right? And you made 140. Is that pretty accurate?
We made 130, so there's
130.
holding costs or something in there that you missed or something.
Staging.
Staging.
Oh, staging, yeah, staging, and maybe insurance and all the extra stuff, right?
Property taxes.
Property tax.
Yeah.
But that's still pretty good. 130 grand net on your first flip.
Mhm.
So is that better than a job? Would you recommend everyone to quit their job tonight?
No, don't quit your job yet.
Not yet?
It's a good business, but you got to be really careful because the market now is the price of homes is getting higher and higher. So the more money you're putting into it is the higher your risk is. So if you're making the same $100,000 but you're buying a $1.3 million house, you're not getting as good of a return as I did, right? Because I bought it. I only had to put 580 into it. So your balance of your risk, you have to be careful. Just be very, very cautious and careful.
It's 2012 and 2013,
Yeah.
times is picking up.
Exactly. And we don't know what the market's going to do, and so you need to look at how long you're going to be doing it, how long that project actually is going to take. 3 months is very good when you're a contractor, but realistically, 3 months doesn't happen with rehabbers like us who have to rely on our contractors, because your contractors are either working on another job, on another project we did. Our contractor was practically gone for like 2 months because he had another job.
Hey, where are you?
Yeah.
Right? Why aren't you
So we
here?
we did it in 8, we got the project done in 8, but it probably should have been done in 6. But your contractor can easily hold you up. So you always have to allow for all of those
We
issues.
were on a busy street too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a corner. Roosevelt's a pretty busy street.
Yeah.
But timing was
The timing was good. I mean, if we didn't, our days on market, I don't know what it was, but it was
Very fast.
Yeah.
Do you have any background in construction or anything like that, or?
No, I like getting involved. So I really just work with the contractor. In all the recent rehabs I've done, I pretty much managed the whole project. So then that's how I learned a lot of stuff. I troubleshoot with them. I work with the different contractors.
Yeah. Did you clean the house before you stage it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yourself?
No.
Myself, no. I hired my cleaners to do it.
Cleaners. Nice. Okay, so first flip you made money. So second flip, what did you learn? How were you prepared for the next one? Do you remember the one after that?
16.
Yeah, that one, 1645 James in Redwood City.
45 James, Redwood City.
Yeah, so that one we found because, you want to tell the story?
Yeah, I'll tell a story. So you're not always going to find a deal through an agent or wholesaler. You have no idea where you're going to find a deal. This deal we found, one of our tenants at our storage units.
You're a tenant?
He was a tenant of our storage unit. But we told him what we were doing, right? We always, hey, John, how's it going? Hey, what are you up to? Hey, we flip houses, if you have something. So he used to live in this house.
He rented it.
He rented this house. He knew that the current tenants there, and he knew the owner of the house. The owner of the house lives in San Diego. And the owner of the house offered to sell his house to the current tenant, which he couldn't afford. Asked John, our tenant, hey, do you want to buy it? John knew that we're flipping house, that we do houses. He asked us, hey, do you want to buy this house? Sure. Right?
Yeah.
It's just talking to other people and networking.
Yeah.
Right?
We paid him a wholesale fee though. We
Yeah.
paid him a fee for finding
It was
the
a
house.
marketing fee.
Yeah, we called it a marketing fee
We
at
paid
that
him a
time.
marketing fee.
And what happened was the mom that owned the house, she was ill and she needed more money
Yes.
to be able to cover her hospital bills. So her one sister was ready to sell. Then the brother comes in and tries to.
He was a lawyer.
He tried to push us,
Yeah.
and so he basically said, "No, I don't want the deal anymore." And so we walked away from it, and then like a couple of months later, he calls us. Another brother calls and says, "I apologize for my brother. We're still interested in selling the house." They didn't
They
know the
came back.
market up here.
Yeah.
They didn't know anything about it, and not that we took them for anything, because we
Gave
got a
a fair
good deal.
price.
We got a fair
It was
price on
fair.
it. One of the things, the mistakes we made, though, is we didn't do an inspection on it before, because we were just trying to get the deal, and there was foundation issues with it when we bought it. So we probably could have negotiated a better price had we known that. So hindsight, that would have been
We
something
did no
that we should have done.
contingencies. We just grabbed it.
Yeah,
Right?
we picked it up. I mean, it was off market and it was out of state out of area owner, so it was still a good opportunity. But we probably could have negotiated a better price if we had known about the foundation issues.
What did it cost you to fix the foundation?
27.
Yeah, was it 27,000? Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it was that high, but it
It was
was
in the 20s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a bigger rehab. We added square footage to this house. We added about 400 square feet to the house, a master bedroom, master bath, and a small family room.
It was only like 9 something square. No, what was the square footage of it?
What is it now? 16. It was like,
It's
1,200.
1.8. Oh my God.
Again, we should have held it. So, yeah. But but at the time, we thought that adding square footage would have added a lot to the value of the house, but because our contractor took so long, we ended up selling it at a bad time. We ended up selling it in November, and so hindsight, we probably could have gotten away with just rehabbing it at this, not adding the square footage, and we probably could have made about the same amount of money that we
Really?
made.
Yeah.
How much do you think it would cost to add 400 square feet? How much did it cost at the time?
What's the price per
$200 per square feet?
It was about $230 a square foot or so
230 square
around.
foot?
Yeah.
An additional 6 months to do that, or what's the time frame to?
Yeah, well, Redwood City is really friendly in terms of
Yeah.
permitting, so
Nice.
we got it done all over the counter.
Over the counter?
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's
Yeah.
good, but
Is that still
other
true now?
places.
Everything over the counter
Yes,
now?
yeah,
Yeah.
well, yeah, for the most part, Redwood
Yeah.
City is pretty good, really good. You
Yeah.
really have to understand the cities that you're rehabbing in so
Yeah.
that you know how long they take to add square footage, and you
Yeah.
have to look, and adding square footage is always, it's a good thing, but at the same time, you always have to remember, it's gonna take you a little bit longer, and you
Yeah.
can run into so many more problems if you do, so just be wary when you're doing it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, you also have to make sure that you have a large enough lot, because you have to look at your lot coverage and all of that stuff too.
You added 450 square feet?
400.
400, and it
Yeah.
costs $230 a square foot?
Yeah, I think that was around that. So.
About
What's your-
$92,000?
Yeah, but we also our rehab cost on this one, so it was probably more than that then. But we had foundation issues, and we ended up having to put a beam in the house because when we added the extra part of the house, we had to put a beam, a support
Oh, you
beam.
put a bathroom in too, right? A master bathroom?
Master bath, master bedroom, and it turned out to have a family room in the back as well.
So it ended up being, what, 160,000 for the rehab?
Our rehab was 220,000.
220?
Yeah,
That's
it was a lot.
big remodel, huh?
It was, well, yeah, I mean, it
Oh, that's
was,
nice.
yeah, we built a deck in the back.
Yeah, that's nice.
It came with a well. There's actually a well there.
So one of the things we learned, a big thing we learned on this one is it did not have a garage.
Mm-hmm.
It had a carport. And that was a big issue when we went to sell it. A lot of people wanted a garage.
Yeah.
And for us to go and add the garage, it was on that left-hand side. For us to add the garage, we would have had to get a variance because of the, what is it called? The side setbacks. On the setbacks on both sides. So we didn't take the time to do it, but actually the person that moved in there went in and added a garage on it later on. But hindsight, I don't know if we would have done it again. That's why I think, based on the amount of I put into the rehab, I would have preferred to have probably just rehabbed it the way it was and not added the
2-1.
square footage. Yeah, because I think we could have still sold it for a decent price. if we could. Yeah.
What's in the basement? Is there any livable space down there?
No, it was just like under the house area.
So let's backtrack real quick. You talked to your tenant, the tenant had a house to sell, and then you negotiated with them down the price. So let's look at the price real quick.
I don't remember what I
Let's
bought it
look
for.
at the history.
Oh, $760 we bought it.
2014, you bought it for $760?
Yeah.
$760,
Guess so.
and then the spread here is pretty good, right? That's $500,000 spread. That's a lot, right? $500,000 spread. Did it seem like a lot at the time, or what were you aiming for at the time when you did buy
That
this?
my ARV was exactly 1.25.
Really? Exactly?
Yeah.
Wow, so you hit it right on the dot.
I did.
Very
So what was
nice.
your profit again?
But for this one, we made $100,000.
100,000. So let's play with the numbers again. So let's say you bought this for, what's it again?
$760, I guess we did.
$760.
But we paid a wholesale fee.
And you
10.
pay wholesale fee. So let's
15.
add that. So let's say, how much is it?
15,000.
15,000. So
Marketing.
add it up to 775. 1, 2, 3.
Whatever. To them, it's a
And
wholesale.
then total expense 230, right? 230.
Yeah.
Let's say you're down 20% again, same lender, right? They charge 2 points.
Yeah, do we
How long
use the
did
same
this one
lender
take?
on that one? No, we used a different lender.
Different lender. Better terms or similar terms?
Oh, he fund part of the rehab? I think he funded
Yeah,
part of the
yeah,
rehab on that
yeah.
one. He funded, the rehab.
Okay, very nice. How long did that take? 7 months?
But it was 12%. I think he was 12%.
12%.
12%, and there were points on him.
12%.
And then I brought in private money for the
Down payment?
gap. Yeah.
So let's say interest rate 10%. for the
Yeah,
down
it was
payment?
10% on that gap. Yeah.
Okay, and then repairs they covered at 12%, right?
Yes.
Hard money lender?
Yes.
Okay, so let's play
I
with
think
the ARV. You sold this for 1, 2, 5. Yeah?
Does it
So
work?
1.25 commissions. So this one, since
We didn't pay commission.
you found the deal yourself, did you give the listen to your friend, or did you list yourself, or
No, we gave it to another friend of ours.
another friend?
Yeah.
I want to be your friend. So if you
I'm
help
sorry.
listing,
He's
we'll
a-
help you list the house for 2.5. Did you get us 2.5?
Can you do it for 2%?
Maybe.
How about 1.5%?
Maybe. If it's over $1 million, you can do it. Okay, so 2.5. You probably paid them 2.5.
Something's missing here because your profit's only showing so, and I know I made more than that. But
Yeah.
something
Maybe-
else. Maybe my interest wasn't as high or something. Maybe
Yeah.
I was at 10%.
10%.
Sorry, I
Maybe
don't-
it could be 10%, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe it was a quicker 6 months or so, but roughly around there, 100 grand, right? You mean
It was
about
100.
It was 100.
It was
yeah.
100.
So that's still pretty good.
Yeah.
So first flip 100 grand, second flip 100 grand, and now you're starting to really like this, right?
Yeah, no, I am. I do. I actually really enjoy. I enjoy the construction side of it actually
Yeah.
a lot. I
So
like
you handle the
managing.
construction more so than Josh?
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
do it all.
Really?
Yeah.
What does
I-
Josh
I-
do?
He just carries a laptop.
I carry the laptop. I'm the emotional support.
That's right.
So for her, the hardest part for her
Yeah.
is what she can't control,
Yeah,
and that's when she's done.
yeah.
Right? Is when she's done, she has
I
no
stress
control.
about the
and she's
selling.
stressed like crazy.
Yeah.
And so that's where he comes in, where he reminds me that everything's going to be okay. And it's
So we
gonna
play
be-
a lot of good cop, bad cop too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So if I have a problem with the contractor,
Yeah.
well, in the beginning, I wasn't as comfortable, and so then Josh would come in and have to yell at the contractors,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
worked well. Now I can yell at the contractors, I don't have a problem with
Yeah.
it.
You're
But
good
yeah.
at that.
Yeah, no, we're a good team. But I manage the majority of the project, and
Wow.
I enjoy that part of it.
So you're a really strong mom. You do everything yourself.
I do, which I need to work on. I probably need to hire people or
Delegate to Josh.
yeah. Well, no, you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for somebody that wants to learn,
Yeah.
and then they can do it with me.
Yeah.
But they'll do all the legwork, and then they'll learn as I do the project.
I see.
So if there's anybody interested in doing that, let me know, because I'm a pretty good teacher. Like I like to teach people how to do stuff, but you have to work hard for me. You have to work hard, and you have to be willing to go out there and like drive around and pick up tile and then exchange something if it doesn't work, or those are the things that I waste my time doing. And but so there could be a trade-off there, is that someone could work with me on that.
Help you out.
Yeah.
Learn.
Learn, hands-on. That's the
Okay.
best for me. That's the best way I learn, is
Awesome.
just by doing it. So Yeah, so if anybody's interested, let me know.
Perfect.
Give me your card after.
So would you recommend working with your husband, or is that a bad idea? Or
Well, for me, it's a great idea. We work really well together. We run all our businesses together.
Very
We consult each other on everything. I mean, we're talking about business all the time,
Yeah.
but it's fine. It works for us.
fun, like
Our
a
kids are
hobby.
probably sick of hearing it, but we're trying to teach our kids. Like, we
Yeah.
want our kids to learn by what we do, and we want
Yes.
them to learn watching mom and dad, being entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and already our kids are, we have a 12-year-old and an 8-year-old, and they say it all the time, I'm going to run my own business.
Yeah.
Our older one wants to own an amusement park, and our younger one wants to be a
Nice.
chef and own his own restaurant.
you're
So,
gonna buy Great America?
Yeah.
Very nice. Perfect. So
Yep.
these first properties, did you buy the properties under your name, husband and wife, or a corporation,
we bought it in an LLC.
an LLC?
Yeah, it's
in
my-
California or out of state?
I have a Nevada corporation.
Nevada corporation.
Yes.
Is there any benefits to that? Any purposes?
Well,
or-
so you have to have a registered agent in Nevada in order to have your LLC there. But the benefit is the charging orders and all of that stuff. I don't know if you want me to go into that details,
Protection.
but it's really just gives you more corporate protection having it in
Yeah.
Nevada. But you still have to pay the stupid $800 minimum tax
yeah,
for
you still have to pay
California.
California tax, right?
Yes, because you're operating in California.
I see.
Yes.
So you can't avoid California state tax.
No.
Yeah.
No, no way to do that. Haven't figured that way out yet. What was that?
Unless you live in Vegas, would that work? If you live in Nevada and
But even if you're doing business in California, you
Yeah.
still have to. So
I
if
see,
you're,
I see.
if you have a Nevada LLC and then you're investing outside of California, then you don't have to pay the minimum tax because there's no
Ah.
business being done
I see.
there. So like we have a property in Memphis.
Yeah.
And so that we have a Nevada LLC and
Yeah.
then and I don't pay any taxes there
Yeah.
because nothing there is coming through California.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's very beneficial to open up one in Nevada.
I think so. I mean, I like it, and it's really the charging orders. It's because it's all about if somebody sues you, right? That's what
Yeah.
you're trying to protect yourself from. So as long as you protect yourself from that, and they can't get to your other stuff. That's
Okay, very nice. So
important.
LLC is the way to go for flips.
Yeah, for me it is. Yeah.
All right.
Can you elaborate on that though? How do you buy something with an LLC? Don't just have to guarantee it personally?
Well, it depends who your lender is. Like I recently did a flip, and I found a lender that didn't make me personally guarantee it, which was really nice. But you still have to personally guarantee most of your loans. Yeah. But you just buy it the same way. You just buy it with the entity. When you sign your real estate agreement, you just have to make sure that they understand you're the managing member of the entity. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you have any other recent flips that you worked on that you want to talk about? Your favorite ones, your least favorite ones, things like that?
My least favorite one is the one that I just finished, and I just sold it last week, and
Last
it took
week?
forever.
Wow. How long did that one take?
It took, let's see, I bought it in April, and I finished it in September, but it didn't sell until March.
Yeah, so almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year.
Yeah.
What's the address again?
1343 Willow Street.
1343 Willow Street.
Yes.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Willow Street, San Jose.
San Jose. Yeah, it's in Willow Glen.
Nice. This one right here?
Yeah.
This beautiful brown house?
Yeah.
It's not like that now.
Yeah, that's it. No, we painted it.
Oh, you painted it?
Different.
We painted it again.
Again?
Painted it the wrong that color, and then I
Yeah.
didn't like it, so we painted it again.
Wow.
Yeah, there were just like a whole. The biggest issue that we had with this, and so this was kind of like I've done well, and then all of a sudden I hadn't done well.
Yeah.
So we took a loss on this one.
Where did you get this deal from?
We got it from Bernard.
Bernard.
Where is he now?
But I mean, it's not
Not his fault.
it's not Bernard's fault. There was just a series of unfortunate situations that
Yeah.
happened. So it was kind of a wake up call for me that, you know what, you're not going to make money on every single sale, and you should just be prepared to know
You
that.
tell Bernard, so you get a refund?
I know. Yeah, I can take a refund.
Refund tonight.
I'm not gonna charge you extra.
I mean, it was where can I start? I guess the big thing was, okay, so I lived on the peninsula. I'm used to rehabbing on the peninsula. I
It's a
didn't
big house.
know, yeah.
So it's naturally, or it was existing 3,000?
It was existing 3290
That's
square
huge.
feet. Yeah, it's a really good sized house, 5 bedrooms. I
Yeah.
think we did a tremendous job on the rehab. I think the
Yeah.
rehab came out great. We took a wall down, we opened up the kitchen, we added a master
Like the island.
shower.
Big
We made a master bedroom. There was only 1 bedroom upstairs and 1 bathroom upstairs and 4 bedrooms.
Yeah.
We added a laundry room.
Laundry room.
It looked good, right, Bernard?
Yeah, very.
I was very happy with what we did, but we just did, where I feel like I didn't do well is I don't think I researched the buyer pool in what people in Willow Glen were looking for.
Yeah.
And I think that if I were to go back, I would have interviewed more realtors.
So how much did you buy this one for again?
125? Yeah, 125. Do you remember, Bernard? 125, I think.
125. Oh yeah, let's look at the prices.
Yeah, I don't want to give you all the numbers on this one because it's going to just discourage people. So don't. There's what we really paid it at that color. But we just had a lot. Like our realtor, we hired this supposedly top realtor in Willow Glen, and she, at the time that she put it up on the market, she was going, I don't know, I think she had too many houses listing or something.
Yeah.
But she dropped our listing in the middle of the night the day before our open house.
The day before.
Yeah, and did not let me know. So 3 o'clock in the morning, she's
that
like,
Holly Bar?
I'm pulling it. No.
Okay, good.
She pulled it, and that screwed us in a lot of big ways.
She had a hangover. She didn't want to do it.
She gave the wrong ARV.
Yeah,
Wrong
yeah, I feel like she gave us the wrong ARV. I had an ARV
What's
and
her
mine
ARV?
didn't she? She came out at 2.3.
2.3. So let's say you buy it for 1.3 right here, sell it for 2.3. That's a good spread.
Yeah.
It's $1 million spread. Yeah.
And it didn't sell for that. Sold
Oh,
for
really?
1,930.
1.930. That's still good. From 1.3 to 1.9.
We over rehabbed.
Over
So
rehabbed.
this one I did have a business partner, and
Yeah.
it was a little bit of a struggle. So I would say be very careful about who you partner with.
Yeah.
And just make sure that there's a decision maker. Make sure that, and I knew this before I went into it and I didn't do it. If you go into a partnership, make sure one person always has a greater percentage of the partnership. So that then when a decision needs to be made, that person is then the default person that makes the decision.
Yeah. So I'll own it by 51%.
Right.
Yeah, just a little bit more so you make the decision.
Yeah, so you
Okay.
can agree to that. I would suggest that.
Yeah, so the
Yeah.
rehab budget went too big, and then it took too long to sell, right?
Yeah, the holding time was really what killed us.
Yeah,
So
holding
that's
time.
that's why, when you look at your estimate, I think somebody over here said be conservative. Make sure you are very conservative about your time, and
Yeah.
there's just a lot of stuff that happens. We got in a contract in December and it fell out of contract.
Was
So
there a
then
reason
we had
that
to-
it keeps on falling out? Is there?
I think that buyer in particular, but I think the biggest issue with this house was the location. It's on a busy street. Mhm.
Yeah.
And I didn't, honestly, when we bought it, we didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal.
Yeah. The
And
house so big.
yeah,
You
it
wanna adjust
was
for it.
price per square foot. Somebody's getting a bargain
Yeah.
in Willow Glen,
Wow.
but there was a lot of stuff that we underestimated, and I think that we tried to rehab thinking that we were going to get 2.3,
Yeah.
and so we really wanted to. And I
Put
think
a lot of money into it.
yeah.
I
So
see.
hindsight, I wish I hadn't done as much.
Yeah.
That I could have probably done it for a lot less.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good learning lesson, right?
Yeah, I think for
Absolutely.
new people who are just getting into it, try to stay with the medium home price
Yeah.
of the
Medium
area.
price.
Like, don't go big for a big luxury home, because you have to really know your location really, really well.
And your buyer's pool.
Yeah.
Who's buying? Who are the people that are buying and what they're looking for?
Glen is a great area though.
Yeah. It is.
It is.
But it's being on that main street.
Yeah. That killed us.
A lot of traffic and you got a big family-sized house.
Yeah.
You don't want the kids out there playing.
Yeah, well, that's why we put the fence in.
Well,
We
there's
put
no
grass.
fence in the picture, but
In
there
the
is a
picture,
fence.
we added a fence, like really last minute, because we're like, okay, we're worried about the busy street.
Yeah.
And
Also, it's a corner lot too, not just a busy street, it's a corner.
Oh, well, I actually thought the corner lot was okay because it's a pretty large lot and it has a nice big backyard. So I didn't necessarily think that was the issue.
A lot of buyers will take.
They don't like corner lots, you
Because
think?
first of all, they take a lot of setbacks, right? So even you have a big lot, but the setback already eat up in both corners.
Uh-huh.
So, and the traffic while, so
Mm.
it's just personal opinion.
What was it
That's
across
good.
the street here on the wall?
Well, it's off of Meridian. Yeah.
Both of them speaking.
I'm sorry?
Both of them speaking.
But the house wasn't on Meridian.
No,
The
it's
house is
on Willow. It's across from the
The other
park.
one is, I can't remember the other, that side, Glen Erie.
Yeah, Glenary.
Right by the park, use the same
Yeah.
contractors?
I'm sorry, what?
You use the same contractors for these homes and.
Yes, so the last 3 I used, yeah, but then my contractor got busy and then I had to pick up a new contractor in the middle of
Did you use
it.
them over and over, did they give you like a better price?
Really pretty.
Yeah, some of them do. It depends, so a big thing about when you're dealing, for me, when I'm dealing with my contractors is I like them to price me for labor only and then the materials separate. Because when you get a lump sum, it's hard, and especially when you have finishings and stuff, you want to be able to pick your own finishings. So that has always worked well for me because then and also always make sure, just like Fortune Builders always says, always make sure that you get 3 quotes. Because you're going to see that you're all over the board. Like for HVAC for this house, we put in AC and heat, and I had one quote that was $25,000, and I think I ended up getting it done for like $12,000. So they're all over the board, and you just have to make sure that you find yourself the right people.
Jennifer, when you get the contractor to bid labor, do you have them also bid in the rough materials? And then you just pay out of pocket for the finished materials?
Well, what I did in this one, which probably was not the best idea, was I paid the rough materials, so I didn't know what to buy per se.
Yeah.
But when they went there, then they called me and I paid it. But what I ended up finding was that they bought like a lot of stuff that I don't necessarily, like I ended up finding all kinds of stuff, like nails, boxes of nails, all kinds of stuff that I think was a waste of money and should have been managed a little bit closer. So, but it's hard for us, for novice people who don't know like what rough materials. So I guess if I think if I had a different relationship with the contractor, I probably could have done a better job negotiating that, but I didn't do as good of a job, like managing that cost.
Right.
That
That's
ends
what
up
we
being.
did on our last one. We had them do the rough, we had them do all of the labor and then the rough materials. Like you said, we had no idea what to buy.
Yeah.
But we just bought the finished materials.
So did they quote you on the rough materials?
It wasn't broken out. It was one lump sum.
Oh,
bid.
got it.
Yeah.
See, that's the challenge too, because there's a
Right.
lot of stuff in the rough materials that there's places where you can save money for sure, right? Like who you buy it from, and just like there's delivery charges, there's all different things that you can work through. So I don't know, maybe we should brainstorm on how to make that better.
Nice.
Yeah.
How far does rough materials go? Does that include dry rock or?
Can I answer that question?
Sheetrock.
Can I answer that question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically like very straight, simple, whatever you can see, you need to make a decision, like artistic decision, that's the one you need to buy.
That's finished.
Yeah.
So sheetrock would be considered
Rough.
So everything like a.
But a door would be considered finished.
Yes.
So, yeah, right, so everything like a standard, like without a thought, you know what it is. So for example, right, this is sheetrock. Without even you thinking, you know this needs to have a wall over here. And this is like a, by default, this is like what it is. So we don't need to think about, okay, what kind of sheetrock you want to use, right? So that's the thing we include.
Yeah.
But anything for example, for the countertop, right? So from $400 to $4,000, what you mean talking about Phoenix, right? So that the thing is like a homeowner will come across like, okay, I want the decision I make for the artistic part. So usually, like in general, contractor we will include rough material, like very top of your head. The idea is like anything you don't need to make a decision. That's supposed like a rough idea.
Okay, here. So, trim around a door would be considered.
Can be both ways. So for example,
Right.
like a base wall, right? So if you can tell me, okay, I want a like
Yeah,
6-inch,
base
like
wall.
a simple contemporary design. So then I can include it in the code or telling you how much for the linear feet. Or you say, oh, I want to buy it myself because I know a special place I want a special design. So this is both ways.
Yeah. So
I consider molding finishing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you want to pick like, you never believe how many different types of molding there
Yeah.
are, but there's
Yeah.
all kinds of
Yeah.
molding. Yeah.
And are you gonna buy wood or MDF?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
So that's a good product to learn from, to never buy on a busy street, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, we still could have made money on this deal had
Yeah.
we not over-rehabbed it.
Oh, I see.
So I think, yeah, so I mean, I think you can still make money
You
on a
can
busy
adjust your
street.
ARV though for a busy street.
Yeah.
And then you just have to.
Just
knock it off.
understand your market. I
Yeah.
think the biggest part is just make sure you're understanding your market.
Yeah.
Moving forward for my rehabs, I'm gonna call like 3 to 4 realtors, top realtors in the area,
Yeah.
and get their opinions.
Agreed.
Because I actually spoke with the Willow Glen realtor later on, and she's like, if I had known you were gonna buy that house, I would have told you not to buy it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So the people just people are very specific to their area, and so
Yeah.
make sure that you understand. And that's why calling
Why would she
realtor,
have told you not to buy it?
because of the location. She felt the
If you can get
location.
it low enough, anything's a good deal, right?
Right
That's
across
true.
the street from a park, though, that's a great location.
See,
Yeah,
and that's
see,
what we thought.
that's
We
what we
were
thought.
like, great
But-
location. There's a tennis.
Shakespeare in the Park is right there.
Yeah,
But
it's
maybe
a
not
great-
for, not for $2 million.
We live in that area, and that road right there is where all the traffic comes from off the freeway. They go down Meridian and they
Yeah.
go down Willow to get to their homes.
Yep.
in
Yeah.
Glen. So that's a
True.
very, very busy street.
It is a very
with
busy
a lot
street.
of traffic
Yeah.
coming home from work and going to work. So it's
Yeah.
And also that price point too, at $2 million, they're not only comparing, people are buyers, but not only comparing $2 million Willow Glen houses.
Yeah.
They're looking at other San Jose, Santa Clara, right? You're competing probably a little bit larger population,
You
right?
think? I don't think so. I think it was just that if you're going to buy a $2 million house, you're going to buy it on Quarter Street.
And I think it's the actually the transition from summer to spring, which is where you guys are right in between. You could have sold it if that agent didn't quit on you.
Yeah, well, I think the agent
She
quitting
killed
on me
she
made
killed
it.
the time. Because
I-
I know there's
she
a lot of
did.
people that actually wanted the property.
We lost
For the
like
right
we
price.
lost 30 days.
Yeah, we lost a lot of time
A lot of
because
time.
we
And
scrambled in
after about 2-3 weeks,
Yeah.
it was getting cold.
And days on market.
People are
Thanksgiving was
getting
coming
to buy
too.
properties
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah, so unfortunately, she screwed us.
So you think we should sue the realtor?
Yes.
Yeah. You call the DRE.
Yeah.
Do you think so?
To the wholesaler.
We're trying to figure.
It was the right time when they got it. Perfect time. Hey, what did I say? 200, 250 rehab?
Yes.
Estimate? Market value? ARB? 1.9, 1.9, 25?
No, ours was over 2 million when
No,
we were
you-
talking. No, when we were talking, it was over 2 million, but that's okay. We won't go into it. You know, it is what it is. It was, but I loved doing the rehab part of it. I enjoyed doing the house. I loved designing the house. It was
Yeah.
fun. I loved buying all the stuff. So, I mean, it was a good experience. It was a learning experience, but it's definitely going to make me look at every rehab I do moving forward just a little bit closer, just a little bit different. And, but it's going to make me better in the end because you learn more from your mistakes than you do from your successes, right? So.
Yeah, I could learn that. And then the first one is on busy street too, right? But it
Yeah,
made
Roosevelt
money
was.
because you budgeted less. You're very
Well, that one made money also because it's in Redwood City,
Yeah.
and it's a smaller house.
Yeah.
So it's more in that prime spot where
Yeah,
everybody
in the
wants
sweet
to buy
spot.
in that sweet spot. So
Yeah.
definitely, we're not going to do larger
super
houses
high,
anymore.
yeah.
No,
Stick to the
because
small houses.
yeah, the house that the majority of the
Everyone can
people
afford.
can
Yeah.
afford,
Not
yeah,
everyone,
and
but
That makes
qualify
sense.
for.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
First-
We have a
first
bigger
time.
market.
yeah, bigger buyer pool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other projects that you've done that you want to talk to about? That's about your favorite one or
Wait, Bonnie?
Bonnie.
What is it? 21 Bonnie Lane?
one Bonnie
It's
Lane?
in Berkeley.
Yeah. This one I did in Berkeley.
Nice.
I did it at the beginning of last
Jennifer,
year.
how many rehabs do you do a year?
Well, last year I did 3, but I don't think I'm going to do that many this year. I'm actually exploring non-performing notes, so that's kind of where but I will rehab again when I have a agreement deal.
Yeah.
One Bonnie.
Yeah, 21 Bonnie.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome view of the both bridges, right? You see both bridges.
Yeah, this was an off-market deal we found, and a realtor brought it to us.
A realtor, did you know that realtor from before? You called them or how did you?
I think I met. Well, she was a friend of my business partner's,
I see.
and it was in a trust, and the sister was managing the trust.
Yeah.
Out of state.
And
Out of state.
and she was out of state, and so we put in an offer. I think what we do 830. I think we did 850, which I think I could have got it for less if we had done a little bit more research on finding out. Because here's the thing: all the money proceeds from it were donated to the woman that passed away, her college. So the sister had no interest in it. So we probably could have got it for a little bit less if we had learned that prior. But
Wow.
yeah.
Look at that. Beautiful. The beams.
Yeah, those were already there.
Those
We
are
didn't.
there.
There was a fireplace in the middle, and we took out the fireplace.
Oh yeah.
And we redid. The kitchen was all closed off. We
Yeah.
opened up the kitchen.
That seems like a good price for 1,700 square feet. 850.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was. It was a little bit of an odd. The layout was really weird because there was actually this was a bedroom. This was a weird
Used to be a
bedroom
bedroom.
here with a fireplace in the middle. We took the whole thing out and opened the whole thing up.
Did you add the beams that went across?
No, those were all there. Yeah.
We added the header.
They just
You added
had
the header.
Oh yeah, we
You added that header
We
there.
did. We had to
You
add a
added the
header.
header, yeah.
One header, but the majority of it was already there.
Is that a microwave?
No, that's a fireplace. It's a what is it? What's the? Well, we made a mistake when we bought it because we actually bought it and then we found out that you can't buy that gas anywhere around here. The kind of gas that it uses, you have to buy it from a specialty store. So we never lit it up.
Very nice remodel. How much was the remodel on this one?
Wait, I think I brought the numbers for this one so that I could tell you. This one, we bought it. Repair costs were $178,000. We bought it for $850.
Yeah.
Our holding costs were $110,000, and we
Wow.
sold it for $1.35.
Holding cost is pretty long. Is that because you held it for a year or
No.
how long did it take?
Well, holding cost includes like
Escrow.
escrow and
Oh, I
everything
see, I see.
else.
Closing
Yeah.
costs and everything.
Yeah, closing
Okay, very
costs
nice.
and everything.
Are these in
Yeah.
style now? Should we put
Yeah,
this
the
in?
barn door.
Yeah, barn doors.
Yeah, barn doors is really.
It's really nice too. It's convenient because it doesn't take up any room.
Yeah.
Like opening the door.
So put this everywhere, even in the front door.
Closets and pantries.
Closets and
Nice
pantries.
bathroom.
Yeah.
So where are you buying your materials? It's all contemporary, looks nice.
Where did I
Did you get
buy
House?
that? I use House. I use Wayfair.
Wayfair.
I like Wayfair.
Is it cheaper or is this more designer or why did
That actually I bought. Did I buy that? No, I bought it on Wayfair. I think.
Wayfair? How much is this?
It's like I think because you get the faucets
Yeah.
and you get the
Really?
sink and everything. And I want to say it was like $1,000
It's like
bucks.
$1,000.
That's worth it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and they delivered it straight there, and their delivery is free, which I like.
Nice.
I always like that.
Return.
I buy a lot on Amazon
Yeah.
because you can get Prime.
Prime, G-Day.
Wow,
And
so
then
this
I
is
usually
all-
pick my tiles locally though.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
the quartz you do local.
Yeah, Granite Expo.
Grand Expo. So
Yeah.
tiles all come from Grand Expo.
No, those tiles. I used various vendors. That's the thing that
Sometimes
takes.
Lowe's.
Yeah, Lowe's has really good
Lowe's has nice
tiles.
stuff.
Where did
Yeah.
you get these handles? We're looking at one is like $1,000 for this set right here.
Where did I get that? I think. Oh, I ordered it online. It wasn't $1,000.
Oh really?
Just
Yeah.
looks $1,000.
It was probably like $300,
Really?
$400.
So Amazon. But
No, that one I found at some specialty.
Yeah.
I think.
Was there a pressure balance? Because a lot of people are saying you should have pressure balance for these valves.
Oh, I don't know. I did not.
I guess it
know.
doesn't matter. It looks good.
Yeah. That's all that
Let the
matters.
homeowners worry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice remodel.
Yeah. This one we created the master. That's what we did.
Yeah.
with this one.
You created Master Suite.
Yeah, Master Suite. That bathroom was already rehabbed, and it was like that, so we just left it. That was an upstairs bathroom. Huh?
You left the handrails in?
Yeah, I left everything the way it
Yeah,
was.
'cause
We
the
did
one was
nothing
really
to that
old,
bathroom.
so she only remodeled upstairs.
Yeah. Well, she only remodeled that bathroom.
Yeah.
Because she lived upstairs in that
Yeah.
room that I told you was a bathroom that we made the living room. So she lived there. So we didn't touch that room at all.
That's
We
nice.
left that.
Yeah.
What about this bathroom?
That you made that one. That
Oh,
was.
you made a half bath.
No. There was a bathroom
But
there, but
you-
we added a tub. So I always
Yeah.
like to put a tub in a house because if somebody has kids, they need to bathe
Oh,
their kids.
tubs
So
are better.
that's the mom side of me that thinks there needs to be a tub. So I added this. Actually, used to have a stand-up shower, but the space was really limited. The stand-up shower used to be here, and we put the toilet there,
Oh, I
and
hear
then
it.
we just created the shower here.
Yeah.
And then, but it's got a really small sink. But
Really?
we had to use the space that we had.
You didn't
So
want to leave this as a shower? I could fit 2 people. Comfortably.
leave it as a shower.
Yeah.
It was a shower. It was a shower, but it had a bathtub. I wanted to have a bathtub.
I see.
Gotta bathe your kids.
Spray them with a hose.
Jennifer, did you add square footage to this house, or did you stay within the four
I
walls?
stayed within the 4 walls, yeah.
You got a nice balcony, huh?
Yeah, so we did build that deck out. It was all messed. We had to rebuild all the way around the house. That
It was pretty bold. It was a new house.
I think
It's
that
not
was
as blue
downstairs.
in person though.
It looks good.
The picture
Yeah,
makes it more.
that deck was already there. Okay, so the drawback about this house was it didn't have a backyard.
No backyard.
Yeah, so that was well, there was a small
Small
like
little grass area.
right
Yeah.
here, but not like a huge backyard. So I think that was a bit.
Spray on the balcony.
Yeah, exactly. And then the neighbor, there was no line between the neighbor back in the back of the house.
fence or anything?
There's
No
no fence, and
fence,
the neighbor didn't want a fence. We were gonna build a fence, and they didn't want a fence.
Yeah.
So
Look at that view.
yeah,
the views
it had
are
a beautiful
fantastic.
view. Yeah.
I like this tree. Right there.
We're trying to cut it.
Jennifer, if you don't change the structures, you don't have to get permits or anything.
No, you do. You still have to get remodeling permits and stuff. Yeah. You want to get permits because when people are buying the house, they're going to look them up, and you want to make sure that you're getting all your inspections. I mean, if you work with a good contractor, there's ways around certain kind of inspection. I mean, certain permits, but for the most part, we always get permits because you want to do it legally. You don't want to, cut corners. And it's good. It's good for you because then you have like a second eye for someone to come to make sure your contract's doing the right thing, right?
Did you add this carport or was that already there?
Carport was already there.
Oh, really?
There was
Yeah.
no garage.
No garage.
That should be modeled the carport.
No,
Yeah,
we added the slats along there,
Nice.
but that was
That's
it.
just lumber, huh? Lumber.
And in Berkeley, not having a garage was not a big
Yeah,
deal.
weird.
We thought it was going to be because it was a big deal in Redwood City, but it wasn't
Yeah.
a big deal here. And there were even people who were like, "Yeah, I'm going to make that. I want to make it into a music room." They wanted to turn it into
Bunch of
something.
weirdos in Berkeley.
Yeah.
Carla's journalist.
So.
That's pretty good. 1.3. So let's run through the numbers real quick. So you bought it for $850, right?
I think that's what did I say? Is that what I bought it for? $850? I think I bought it for $850.
$850. You put in about $178, right?
Yeah, what I say? 170. Yeah, 178.
$178. You sold it for $1.35.
Yeah, 1305. Yeah.
1305. And then how long did that one take again?
I bought it in December, and then we sold it. It closed in May.
In May, so like 5 months.
Yeah.
That's bad. So that's a big remodel for 5 months. So at the end of everything, still another $100,000, right? At least $100,000.
We made more than that. We actually ended up making $166,000 on it, so something else is wrong.
Probably too many hard money costs. Huh?
Our hard money costs were lower.
Yeah.
I got a better negotiated a better deal.
You got it down to 8% or?
I think it was like at 9. I think I had it at 9% or
Yeah.
something.
You
It was
1.5
lower.
points or so?
Yeah, I had
Okay.
1.5 points.
So you
Yeah.
saved some money on the hard money.
Yeah.
And how did you do that? Did you down more? Is that how you save on the hard money?
Did I what?
Did you put a bigger down payment?
No, I just found better terms.
Really?
Yeah.
Which lender is that?
You shopped around.
Oh, really?
You shopped
Who
around.
did this one?
Down south, was it?
Was it?
Lending one, lending home? Or
No. It was in LA, wasn't it? No.
Anchor?
I was gonna say Patch of Land, but I think Patch of Land was the one I did on Willow. Who did I use? No, I think I used FJM on this one.
Really? And you got it down that low?
Yes.
Wow.
Because you
That's
do
because I was a return
repeat
customer.
business.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to them.
Yeah. Talk to Lewis.
Jennifer said no points?
No, there were points. There was points on that one, but there was no points on my private.
Private.
Okay, so very good. First product made money, second, third, and then only one out of all of them.
And then the year I actually still was
Still
net
positive,
positive.
yeah.
Yeah. So I just lost on that one deal.
Yeah,
So
which is not
yeah.
too bad, right?
Yeah, no, I mean,
Okay.
no, it's good. It's just very stressful. For me, it was very stressful.
Very stressful.
Just that feeling of never knowing when you're going to sell the house is the hard part. But now I feel good because I'm done.
Yeah, you're over it.
It's weird because most people stress during the project.
Mhm.
She always stresses after.
After.
She's done.
But it's the control thing. I'm a real control
She's
person.
not busy. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I like to know. I like to be able to control. And we had a terrible buyer for Willow. Like
No,
they
yeah.
didn't lift our contingencies until 4 days before we closed.
Yeah. Wow.
So you know that whole time you're waiting, trying to figure out what if they pulled the offer and pulled the deal. And so it was just that part of it was really stressful.
Yeah.
So
Very picky buyers and they're stalling.
yeah, they were just trying to secure themselves and just
Yeah.
leave us on the hook for the longest time. That's all part of it. Yeah.
So now this year, do you want to focus on more flips? You mentioned you're doing notes. Are you still actively looking for flips?
I'm always actively looking for flips. If
Yeah.
the right flip comes along, I will definitely do it. I'm
Yeah.
just going to be a little bit more cautious about managing my ARV
Okay.
and managing my rehab costs.
Yeah.
Huge. That's a huge part of it. But I am going to spend a lot of time doing non-performing notes.
Non-performing notes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you
And
don't,
being careful who you partner with too, right?
yeah, like make sure that I find a partner that works. I mean, it was just not a good fit for me.
Yeah.
But you know, everybody's different. So make sure that the person that you're partnering with, just spend a lot of time understanding and working with them and making sure that between the two of you guys, you're a good fit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. The right partners. Make sure you have 51%.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Make sure.
If you're
some-
married, make sure you have 51%.
Well, no, we are pretty much one team.
Yeah.
We're just all the same. So we don't really look at it like, you know, one person's going to get more than another because everything's all the same for us.
Because we started with nothing.
Yeah. So we kind of built it up together.
Very
So,
nice. That's fun. Husband and wife.
Yeah.
Business.
Yeah.
And still have
It
the
is
cleaning
fun.
business.
Yep.
and
So I run the
business.
clean business full time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she can do real estate full time.
Nice.
But then we help each other out all
Yeah.
the time.
I consult
Support each other.
him
Yeah.
on a lot of stuff
And
because
then-
I know the cleaning company
Yeah.
a little bit better, so I help him with that
Yeah.
stuff.
And then storage we do together.
Yeah.
Operate together.
Yep.
Very cool.
How long have you guys been married?
Just past 15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
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 High school sweethearts.
So-
College.
We met at
College
Davis.
Met at Davis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to college and find someone.
Go find someone. Go outkick your coverage. Outkick your coverage.
Any other questions for our guests? This is approaching 9:30. Anything you want to learn from them? How are they managing products now? Anything you can ask before we wrap up?
Are you going into a buy and hold mode at some point?
We do own rental properties already, but the reason why I'm going into non-performing notes or into notes is because I want to be able to control the property but not have to own the property. So that's where I see my future coming. I will hopefully acquire properties through that process if I have to foreclose and take over the property. But I like the money side.
And we've done notes.
Yeah,
We've done.
I've done it, but now I realize that that's probably the direction that I'm going to go. But I do want to rehab. I want to continue to rehab because I just enjoy doing that part of it. But notes is how I want to buy and hold it and create reoccurring revenue.
You know, if you're into buy and hold, how do you budget how much you want to do to fix it up or rehab or just make it?
Well, for us, buying and holding around here is really hard because you just have to know that you're going to be negative cash flow. So it's really just hard to make it work. But you know, we bought out of state, and for us, it's just not a good fit. We've done it, and we still own the property, but I have that control issue. So I like to be able to look at my properties and drive by them and do the repairs and manage the repairs myself. So figuring that out, you really have to figure out how much money you're going to be able to feed into it. If you're going to invest in
Think about the city.
in San Francisco.
Because you can rent pretty
Yeah, but you
Rent
need to be
control,
careful
though.
about rent control. Just be aware of rent control, and you need to also know that they're always in favor of the tenants. So our families own property in San Francisco and have had a lot of struggles with that. So San Francisco is not the optimal place to have a rental property just because you're going to always deal with rent control and your tenants are.
current market rate is pretty high, so.
Yeah, but you're also buying a 32 unit for $7 million. So, but but the appreciation's there, right? So, are you gonna buy if you're buying for appreciation and you get a good deal, and that's what you want to do? Buying for appreciation in the Bay Area, in a lot of ways, does make sense. But you have to be able to feed into it and have the cash flow to be able to feed into it because you're not getting any of that initial cash. So.
All right, so just buy self-storage.
Buy self-storage.
That's it.
Yeah.
Hope that was helpful information. Thank you so much. Thank you. Can we get a picture with both of you? Awesome.
You doing the Knock North Saturday?
Saturday. Oh yeah, Saturday.
You want to do Knock North on Saturday?
Project's calling. I forgot to mention. Super Saturday. We'll call on in.
You want to call us in?
Yeah,